My VAWA case was approved in 2018, and I subsequently filed for the adjustment of status in November of 2018. And I've not heard from uscis.
Did your VAWA get approved? Your VAWA got approved when?
Yes, sir.
When?
In 2018.
And you have a pending adjustment for 3 years?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Have you been renewing your work permit?
Yes, correct.
With a pending adjustment for 4 years? You need a mandamus.
Yes.
So what a mandamus does is it forces the government to resolve your case. They're holding your case for 4 years without making a decision. That's as good as a denial. Not making a decision or denying you gives you the same result, no green card. That's the purpose of the mandamus. When you do a mandamus, you bring the problem to a head, and the government has to give you a decision. And the decision is, here's your green card, or here are the reasons why you're being denied. And then you take it from there. I just know that a mandamus is going to complete the process for you.
I'm a TPS recipient from Haiti. I'm trying to adjust my status under 245I. I have a removal order, though, back in 2001.
Okay, so then you cannot adjust your status till you reopen your case. You need to make a motion to reopen your deportation hearing, your removal hearing. Most likely it's going to have to be what's called a joint motion, where you ask the trial attorneys to join in to reopen your case. You know, show that humanitarian reasons why this case should be open. Maybe your mother is elderly and needs your help. Obviously, it's a problem to go back to Haiti. And then once it's reopened, everything goes smoothly from there.
Can I go to the U.S. on a visitor's visa and adjust my status if documents qualify instead of waiting in my country?
You can't come to the United States with the intent of adjusting your status, but if you come to the United States on a visitor's visa with the intent of visiting and 90 days later you decide to change your mind and adjust your status, that's okay, wink, wink.
If I just got my receipt notices for my adjustment of status, what does MSC in the number stand for?
The Missouri Service Center.
I filed, I'm asylum pending, and I applied for DV lottery. And unfortunately, I was selected for further processing. So my question is, am I able to adjust my status?
Was there ever a time when you were out of status?
No, I wasn't out of status.
Never.
I got my notice period before I get out of status.
Then the answer is you can adjust your status here.
Am I able to adjust status?
The answer is yes.
My husband has been very abusive and emotional and physical abuse, right? This morning I got an email from immigration to say that my interview was scheduled. How do I deal with a situation like that?
Okay, so now your husband, you and him are no longer together.
No, I don't know where he is.
All right, so when is your interview?
Maybe by the end of the week I get the letter. I'm not sure yet.
So then if your husband was emotionally and physically abusive, we want to be able to file something before your interview for abuse so we can go and hold that case pending. So as long as you have an I-360 filed for abuse before your adjustment interview, you can show up to your adjustment interview with receipt of the I-360. They'll keep that case open pending the approval of the I-360. That way you don't have to pay the filing fees all over again.
I'm an F1 student and my wife is a U.S. citizen. I'll be graduating this December. My F1 status expires, but I have filed my AOS. What happens now?
Don't worry about your F1 status. You're on pending adjustment of status. You're cool.
How long does it take to get an adjustment of status and extension of a visitor's visa?
Those are two different things. Extension of a visitor's visa could be months and months and months. Adjustment of status is for your green card. You can't do both at the same time. Adjustment of status is taking over a year.
I'm about to get my asylum. So after, let's say if I'm an asylee, and at some point while I was working in the United States, my employment authorization got expired. So I worked without authorization for like 2 months. Will I be eligible to adjust my status as an asylee?
Yes.
Or can I get a waiver?
You don't need a waiver. You can just adjust.
I came to the U.S. on a J1 visa, and presently I'm married with 2 kids, and I'm expecting the third one. So I want to know if there's a chance for me to adjust my status.
Are you married to a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
And do you have a 2-year home residence requirement on your J visa?
Correct.
All right, so I can help you. We have to get a waiver of the 2-year home residence requirement. It's either going to be done through no objection by your country and acceptance by the U.S. of the no objection, or based on hardship to your family if you had to go home for 2 years. But we can help you in both instances.
Yeah, the no objection was not accepted because it's a government funding.
Okay.
Or the U.S. government
okay,
funding.
fine. So then we have to do it based on hardship. We can help you.
I have a 15-year-old daughter. I am a resident. My husband is a citizen, but she now living here with me in Avenel, going to school. The 17th of this month, going to make her 5 months since she's here on her visa, her 10-year visa. But her paperwork come true. They're telling me that she need to go to embassy back home in Jamaica.
Who sponsored this young lady?
My husband.
Okay, and your husband's a citizen?
Yes, he's American, so he's born here.
He's born here, and your child is 15 now?
Yes, she's 15.
And she's here 5 months now?
Yes, she's been here 5 months. Is it okay for her to stay for 6 months? Because she got to go back down for her interview, but she's going to school.
Guess what, Kasha? She's going to stay here for the rest of her life. She's going to adjust her status here. She's not going home for an interview. So what you're going to do right now is contact the National Visa Center, say she's in the United States, she's going to adjust her status here. You do that by mail, and then you file an I-485 application with the affidavits of support all here. You file her adjustment here, and she will get everything here. And next time she goes back home will be with a green card.
I got my C31 work permit, and my lawyer disappeared and left myself. I'm adjustment of status, but I will need help for the advice of my interview. What can you give me?
I can give you a consultation. Call 1-800-529-5465. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.